Hello, welcome to another video where today I'm pretty much snowed in at the moment, but I still wanted to talk about something that at least in part pertained to the outdoors. So today I'll be making a point about knives. Specifically, I wanted to give you guys some tips on how to get more use out of knives like these by realizing that you can hold the knife in more places than just what is obviously the handle right here. Now, if you're not familiar with knives, the only way you're going to really be comfortable at first holding it is like this. I mean, why wouldn't you be? It even has little slots for the fingers right here. And there's various things you can do for different purposes, utilizing just this grip alone. You can hold the thumb right here, very good for the wrist action, or you can put the thumb right here, which gives more control of the blade. But say you wanted more fine control of the blade than this grip allows. This is, in a sense, a lever, and while this gives quite a bit of power as it moves, you lose control the further you are from the cutting edge. A small movement in the wrist corresponds to a large movement at the tip of the knife. Of course, this is intentional design, and it's great for a lot of things, but shaky hands will also cause the tip of the knife to move quite a bit. Because of this, many blades are designed with other grips in mind. For example, with this one, you can see a clear cutout at the ricasso where you can place your finger and I can press down and not worry about getting cut. It's a bit precarious, but it's designed in this way. But that's pretty much as far as the design of this knife goes. However, recently I received a knife as a gift that is perfect for demonstrating what I'm about to show you. And yes, I understand that gifting knives is a superstition for some people, but that's how I get most of my knives. Anyway, the knife that I got was this, and you'll notice, very nice, but what's interesting is that the handle isn't what you typically expect. It's mostly just a stamped sheet of metal with a little bit of a grip right here. Now, of course, this knife would be horrible for chopping. The hand shock would be absolutely horrendous. But look at the size of the knife. That's not what it's for. A smaller knife like this is mostly designed for fine knife work. If you need to cut something small, do a little whittling, maybe a small amount of cooking where you need to cut things, this is perfect for that. And I've been trying to avoid doing this, but I've already sort of spoiled the surprise because it's so natural to hold the knife in this way. You can choke up fully onto the blade, and it feels just as natural as using the handle. Now, for a small knife, this gives a lot of advantages. You have full control over the point of this knife. A lot of motions that are very difficult to do accurately when holding a knife in the standard way, such as very fine motions or scooping ones, are very easy to do with this grip. And of course, oftentimes you might only have one or two knives on you. In that case, almost all knives can be used with this grip. So here's a bit of a close-up on how I'm holding it. This is going to be more or less the same for all knives when you're holding them like this. 5 fingers on the blade held tightly. If you're doing it right, it should not move at all. Now, of course, this is not ideal for larger knives because there's this big handle and counterweight that tends to get in the way, but it's still a way to get a little bit more accuracy out of a knife. Of course, this might not be the most natural thing for some people. The blade of a knife is kind of scary and intimidating. But once you're comfortable, you could begin to understand that this part is as much a handle as this. Because the only part that's really dangerous on a knife is the bladed edge that is sharpened, and really only under motion or pressure. Obviously, don't try this at home, but you can place your fingers on the sharpened edge of a knife, and as long as you don't press down too hard or move the knife, you'll be perfectly fine. Of course, safety first though. When you're using a knife, you may not be paying full attention to where your fingers are, so it's still a good idea to stay away from the edge as much as you can. For example, gripping the knife like this is a bad idea and more unsafe than gripping it like this. Notice I didn't say safe, because no tool that can harm you is ever completely safe. You always have to pay full respect to it and be aware of the danger at all times. That said, at times, this grip can actually be more safe than trying to hold it by the handle, because the extra control you get from this grip may prevent the knife from slipping and going out and injuring some other part of your body. Anyway, that's just about all I had for today. Just wanted to open your eyes a bit if you were unaware of this. As always, I hope you enjoyed, learned something, and stay safe out there. Till next time.